Your home is meant to be the place that you return to so you can relax and have that warm sensation of familiarity. While we often do a variety of things in our homes behind closed doors that we usually wouldn't outside of them, there is the unfortunate reality that you may not be the only one who's waiting for those doors to close. I'm Scruncho with DreadXP, and in this video we'll be sneaking through 10 indie horror games that hit a little too close to home. For this list, we'll be focusing on titles that involve the invasion of personal space through home environments or affairs. As a reminder, this list has no special order, so if you see a game at a number you don't agree with, no need to throw anything in your room. Number 10, Family Time. Well, I think it's safe to say at this point in the pandemic, we all know what it's like to be stuck in our homes. Now that I think of it, this video probably does not make anyone feel less starving to get out. Sorry about that. In this game, you're stuck quarantining at home with your parents, and let's just say it's opened some interesting doors. Upon exploring your house at night, you move through a series of seemingly normal-looking rooms only to find some unfortunate things out about your parents. I won't spoil it all, but remember there are some people we never actually know, even if they're blood. Number 9, Home Security. Okay, in a horror setting, who has ever thought this is fine when parents are away on a trip and you're by yourself? In this title, you get this, but with a little twist. Being isolated in a room for safety, your older brother that is meant to be taking care of you gets unexpectedly sick, resulting in you having to leave the room and become his caretaker instead. Strangely enough, upon leaving the room, you discover all the windows to be boarded up. Other than the barricade on the windows, the house could really use a good cleaning, though that's besides the point. Protect yourself from your neighbor, listen carefully for suspicious sounds, and repair any broken windows within the span of 5 days. Here's to hoping your defensive skills are as solid as the crud caked in the house. No wonder the brother got sick. Number 8, Leftovers. When you're a kid, talking to strangers by yourself is never a fun thing. Considering as a child we have less understanding of the world, many things seem scarier than they actually are. Until, of course, they are actually scary. As you watch cartoons, your mom is in the kitchen making dinner, but she's made too much. Wishing to not be wasteful and not really giving two tickly toots about your fear of talking to strangers, she hands off some meals to you to go deliver to your neighbors in your apartment building. After seeing these neighbors though, I don't blame the kid for not wanting to feed the entire building. Meet some weird, rude, creepy, and mysterious neighbors, but you might be surprised how much deeper this basic task goes. It sure is nice to avoid food waste and feed people. Damn though, not like this. Number 7, The Swine. The description of this game said it best from the start. Say goodbye to southern hospitality in the backwoods of rural America. Taking place in your home throughout a series of days represented by tarot cards, the game opens up with a conversation stating a dirty woman stopped by the house to use the phone, asked to come in, and didn't even use the phone. Because that's not weird at all. But hey, she did leave a nice card for you. Explore the land, find more tarot cards, and try to prepare yourself before you run into a cult known as the Swine. Discover hidden clues and explore the horrors the cult has to offer. I want to say the days get better as they go on, but let's be realistic. It's a horror game, of course. Somehow the phrase, if you can't beat 'em, join 'em, seems like an ill idea. You can check it out on Steam to find out more, though. Number 6, Fears to Fathom. Okay, again with this parents out of town shit. We just can't get a break, can we? In this episodic game series, you play as 14-year-old Miles who's left home alone while his parents venture out of town for a work trip. The night starts out lonely but basic. You got food in the fridge to heat up, a good night of TV, text from your mom checking in, and someone or something wants to get into the house. Great. I mean, hey though, at least your mom has you covered with a neighbor that someone is trying to creep in. Thanks, Mom. Deal with your invader, hide under the bed, and try not to peek at the wrong time. While this is only the first episode of the Fear to Fathom series, you can play the next episode, Norwood Hitchhike, now on Steam or itch.io. Number 5. Chaste. One can't deny that we appreciate our homes when we can have some peace and quiet to ourselves. Unfortunately, this can be ruined by the presence of other people, especially strangers. In this title, your quiet night at home gets interrupted by a creeper trying to get into your house. Considering he's crawling around outside, I think it's safe to assume he's not trying to come in for Netflix. Survive 5 nights, watch your windows closely, listen for the riffraff, and keep your creeper out to conquer this experience. If that's not enough for you though, you do have the ability to unlock 2 other game modes. You know, it's pretty great having that option though, because one mode with a stalker just doesn't seem like enough. Number 4. Mandala Invasion. Since home invasions love to mess up the quality of your house, I decided to give you a point-and-click variation of it. Inspired by the Mandala catalog YouTube videos, this horror adventure starts off in your room where you're trying to get some shut-eye. After a knock startles you awake, you take the obvious next steps to go check out who's hanging out at this time of night. Worry not though, he just has a surprise for you.
Hello, open the door. I have a surprise for you.
Alright, maybe not the one you're looking for. Keep the freak out, the power on, the windows boarded up, and remember that even if you think you're safe, you just ain't. On a side note, at least your home invader knocked. Nothing is worse than one that doesn't. Number 3. Clean Suit. Since we're all about variety here, why not a retro-styled text-based horror adventure? In Clean Suit, you get exactly that when you become the next chosen victim for a serial killer. By using the text, it's up to you to figure out the best way to work with the environment around you, which will determine whether you live through the night or not. Venture through the home, gather items to increase your chances of survival, and discover secrets in your own home. Regardless, this title has a variety of interesting ways to die or win, making it full of fun ways to replay it. I think what I love most about this game is that you have to have at least a little brains to find a winning ending. And you can't depend on an antagonist animation getting stuck on a door so you can escape. Though in real life that might be nice one day if you ever find yourself sharing your home with a serial killer. Number 2. House. Okay, this game is probably one of my favorites on the list, and despite the name, the only thing that makes this house feel homey is the fact that it just looks like a house. Playing and exploring as a little girl, you soon discover that the house holds a variety of horrors designed just to bring your time living to an end. In an attempt to save yourself and your family, it's up to you to fight time with what feels like an endless amount of enemies lurking around just to find their chance to jump at you. Whether it's large rats, creepy dudes, long arms, or Bloody Marys, you have a lot of threats to sort through. While all the games on this list have terrible ways to destroy that safe home feeling, this one truly takes the cake. Number 1. Intruders Hide and Seek. Well, there are homes and then there are vacation homes, which almost feels worse considering you're supposed to be on a break. With this horror experience, you play as a boy and his family on vacation that sees 3 creepers sneak into the house and hold his parents hostage. While I won't assume your relationship with your parents, I'm going to say that most people would not abandon their parents if they were restrained. That being said, you, the player, try to figure out what the invaders want in order to save your family. Hide and use your best stealthy moves, and if you feel like you need a more intense experience, you can play this title in VR. They say home is where the heart is, but I honestly don't see heart in a lot of these games, just in their development. Here's to hoping you never have to deal with people invading your personal space. What did you think of our list? Certainly let us know in the comments below or tweet away at DreadXP on Twitter. Thanks for watching and stay positively spooky.